Hey guys, I'm back with an update on my Mantra 3 that was damaged while it was at Spyderco. So if you're looking here, I have a box that was sent to me by Spyderco, and what does it say here? It is a Mantra 3. So initially when I contacted them, they said that it was discontinued, and they didn't know if they had any more in stock or whatnot, and that they'd get me a replacement knife. They said they'd give me a credit towards another knife, and in passing, she had stated that she was going to check around and see if they could find another one somewhere in the building. So I guess they found another one. So when she had contacted me a couple days ago to tell me that they had found one, she said that they had found one in their marketing closet. And this is apparently a closet that they have where they keep all the blades that they use for photo shoots and whatnot, and for marketing purposes. And that just got me thinking, what other stuff do they have in there? I bet you they got some real gems in there. Hard to find stuff. But yeah, here it is. This is my replacement. And this is the one that was damaged. You can see the flippers broken off right here. And initially in my last video regarding this issue, I had mentioned that there was a weird spot on the tang of the knife. If you could see here on this side, there's a stop pin underneath that ground down portion, and you can't see it on this one because it's not ground down. Now I just don't see how that could happen. When you open it, it does appear to make contact with this stop pin here, but I just don't see how that could get that kind of wear to be ground through from hitting that stop pin. I just don't see it. But in any case, we got another one now, and I'm pretty stoked. This is just a fantastic knife. I love this thing, guys. This is, going from having carried a pair of two, this is the one that I actually carried for, gosh, like since they started making the Blurple one. It's the one with the dark blue G10 scales and the S110V blade. This one I obviously swapped out the scales, but I've been carrying this thing for years before I started carrying this one anyway. And if you compare the two, let's just set this aside. If you can compare the two, you can see the size difference here. Now I'm about 5'8", and not skinny anymore, but not the biggest guy. And just having this guy in the pocket, you could feel it. I mean, you knew it was there, but I carried it for so long because that's what you did if you were a Spyderco guy. You just carried a PM2. And what got me looking into these mantras was I was looking at the Mantra 1. It's the one with the tie scales. It's got the kind of lock is it? The frame lock, and it's got an M4 blade. I'm still looking for one of those. That's it's actually a grill knife for me right now. But I was looking into one of those, and that was about the time this guy came out. And I was just kind of intrigued because it had the compression lock. I didn't really know how to feel about the flipper. I'm not a real flipper kind of guy, but you can see this one. Typical flippers, when you press down, it deploys, but this one you have to press inward, and then you get a real solid deployment. But in any case, I So I picked one up, gosh, maybe about 4 years ago. And after carrying it for a while, this thing became my go-to. And it's just really nice. Not much to say for traction on the scales. It's got the peel ply carbon fiber, which is, it looks cool, but I prefer like some grippy texture like on the G10. But yeah, so I've been carrying this thing almost every day. I'll swap it out once in a while for this or that, but generally speaking, this has been my go-to. And I love this thing, guys. It's such a great knife. The size, the amount of cutting edge you get for a knife of this size is great. Like the blade to handle ratio is perfect. On a PM2 you get a lot of non-blade for the length that you get. So I dig it. And now I've got this guy, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with him. Am I gonna sell it? Am I gonna keep it just as a backup? I always tell myself I'm just gonna use one, carry one, use one until it's all clapped out, and then I'll swap out for one of the other knives I have. But I can't ever seem to really beat one of these up to the point where I have to change one out. It's more just for like I guess just wanting to carry a different knife for that day. I might carry a Benchmade 940 or sometimes I'll even carry a Cold Steel Recon 1 just because. But those are kind of like my go-tos. But in any case, I just wanted to update you guys on the replacement Mantra. If you guys haven't handled one of these things, I strongly suggest you check one out. It's a great knife. Something that I have been carrying also lately, since I found this thing, was the Cali 3.5. This thing is just sick, guys. If you look at the blades, very similar shape. The Mantra 3 almost has kind of a recurve to it. This is more of like your traditional leaf shape blade on the Cali. But both like phenomenal cutters. And I don't really know where I'm going with this, but yeah, I just want to show you guys that Spyderco did take care of me. They found me a replacement for my beloved Mantra 3. And I had almost kind of given up on it. I was like, I'm gonna live with this one here. I'll use the credit that they offered me towards something else. I was gonna try to get a smock out of them. They're not in stock on the website, but I was gonna offer to pay 20, 30, 40 bucks more and see if I could get a smock out of them. But when she called back and said they had found a replacement, I was like, you know what, that's just fine by me, because I love these things. And they allowed me to keep the damaged knife, which is pretty dope. So I get to have my flipperless Mantra, which I like. I like this thing without the flipper. What can I say? It's very reminiscent of a Para 2, just because it's got the compression lock, no flipper. But I mean, I can't lie. I think I like this thing better than the Para 2. And the Para 2 is kind of like the go-to for Spyderco guys. Well, it used to be anyway. But yeah, that's about it. Just wanted to show you guys what had happened, and give Spyderco customer service some praise, because they did take care of me. Still kind of ticked that they broke the thing in the first place and didn't mention it, because I don't see how they would have broken off the flipper and not noticed. They just packed it up and shipped it back like, oh, maybe he won't notice his flipper's gone. But in any case, they made right, and I'm stoked on them. And Spyderco's still my jam. They're my favorite knife company for sure. And I'll be continuing to buy Spydercos for a long time. So thanks for watching, guys. I think that's all for tonight.